Okay, let's try this one more time. If you could see the side of my head, my name is Damian Rodriguez, and I am going to be trying to conduct an interview with the Desperado Pilots. If you're watching this and you're a Facebook friend of mine, you know that I see you, Philip, so we're going to try this one more time. I'm going to do an intro, and then I'm going to bring you right in. So, if you are a friend of mine on Facebook, you know that last week I put up a Deep Cuts music review about the Desperado Pilots, these amazing alt rockers from Alberta, Canada, who have this awesome song called Bon Voyage. Well, New Label, a multimedia and production company from Canada, reached out to me and asked me if I would go and do an interview with the Desperado Pilots. I said, yes, I love it. Now, fast forward to today, we've had 3 different streaming tries and 3 different problems, but I'm banking on this one to work when we're going to bring in Philip Beaton and another member of the Desperado Pilots, and we're going to have a chat with them. I got questions, I shaved, I got my blazer on. This is going to be an awesome night. So, here we go. This is Philip Beaton and the Desperado Pilots. I'm clicking on this button right here, and I am approving you to join. Buds. Yeah, I love these earbuds. These are called earbuds. They're like special running headphones. Hey!
Hello.
Can you guys
How's
hear
it
me?
going?
Is it going
Yeah,
great?
kind of.
Okay. Alright.
Where's your volume button?
It's right
There it
there.
is.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good. We actually got through
You
this
guys are
time.
good?
Nice.
Alright,
Yeah, I think we're
awesome.
good.
That means this is going to be a perfect interview. So, who do I have with me? Which of the Desperado Pilots are flying this plane?
I'm Brady Angus. I'm the bassist.
I'm Philip Beaton, as you mentioned, the lead
Yeah,
singer.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's so great of you guys to join me. And like I said, I did a Deep Cuts music review on you guys last week, and you guys shared it and shared it and shared it to such positive response. But why don't you go ahead and tell me just a little bit about the Desperado Pilots? How many Desperado Pilots are there? And do you guys all fly one plane, or do you have 4 individual planes?
Okay, well, there's 4 of us. We got
Mhm.
a pretty standard rock setup, so we got the 2 guitars, bass guitar, and drums. Um, in terms of who flies, do we fly the same plane or different planes?
I think we fly at different
Do we have
planes.
different? We're more of a
Oh, yeah.
squadron of planes then,
Yeah.
less a
Oh, okay.
singular unit, you know? Yeah,
Yeah, you're like
yeah.
a whole bunch of
We're
X-Wing
like
fighters of
Transformers.
planes.
We're like
Oh.
Transformers. We come into one, right? We
Yeah,
could.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Oh,
Mm.
awesome. Yeah, and I said it before, and I said it in the other video. Philip, you and Nick Bailey, who's the drummer, you guys started the band. But how did all the other Desperado Pilots come together? When did you guys start? Who brought in who? What's your guys' story for getting started?
Oh, so well, I've known Nick for many years since we were in high school together. Me and him just started jamming, just drums and acoustic guitar, and we just wrote some like small, simple songs. And he knew Brady because he
Yeah.
worked with him,
Yeah.
and he asked him one day, he's like, "Hey, do you want to play bass for us?" And Brady was like, "Sure." He was like, "Have you ever played bass?" I was like, "No."
No.
Whatever, we'll do it anyways. So, so yeah, that's how we got Brady. And then, we were kind of like, wow, we need someone else to play keys or some other instrument. And he knows Nelson, our guitarist.
Hmm.
So we got him to come watch us play, and we all just got along so well. But yeah, we kind of just all started like that. It was strange. We had an acoustic guitar before, like Nelson was supposed to play keys originally.
Oh
We
no,
wanted,
you
so
guys
he's
are
just like, yeah, why don't
frozen.
I just play the guitar? So I'm like, okay.
Mm.
Oh
Are we
no, I'm
frozen?
moving too much.
Brady, stop moving.
Yeah, you guys froze, but can you hear me right now?
Oh, you're not frozen.
Yeah, can you hear us though?
No. Yeah, I could hear you. Yeah, you just asked if I could hear you, and I
Oh, okay.
responded accordingly that I could. Yeah. All right.
That's
So,
true.
right, that's how communication works. So that is really cool. And I, Something I saw in a previous interview, Brady, that I wanted to ask you right off the bat was you said you listened to hip hop for like 4 years and that listening to hip hop has really influenced how you play bass. Is that true? I hope it's true because that's really interesting.
Sorry, you slowed down like a robot and then cut out.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
may you repeat that question, please?
Oh, I will absolutely repeat that question. I saw in an interview that you guys did that Brady, you actually were really into hip hop for about 4 years, and that
Yeah,
influenced how you play bass. Is that true?
absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of the stuff I listened to was a lot fast pace with some weird, intricate hops in their flows, and I believe that gives me my jumpy lines with a little bit of a quicker speed on them. I
Mhm.
don't stick to just walking or running the lines down. So I think it
Walking the
plays.
bass.
Walking the bass, yeah. I'm a little more of on the riffy side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, what hip hop producers were you listening to? Who's your favorite hip hop artist?
It's been a while, but I was listening to stuff that's not so mainstream. The most mainstream artist I can think of that most people would know would be Mad Child and
Mm.
Swollen Members type things.
Mhm.
But
Oh, Swollen
another
Members.
big, yeah, big one in the States, I believe, from Minnesota is Atmosphere. That was one of
Oh
my
yeah.
big influences.
Mm.
Greaves, I believe, is also from Minneapolis.
Bliss and Esso.
Bliss and Esso from the UK,
Yeah.
by far one of my favorites.
Mm.
Really good music. Brother Ali. There's quite a few out there. Some of my harder stuff was Jedi Mind Tricks and
Okay.
Esoteric and
Yeah. Yeah.
all them. So yeah, that's usually where it came from. That was a good 4.5 years of my life.
Yeah.
Now I'm totally alt rock and slapping the bass, man.
We transformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely changed.
Yeah.
You're like alt rock through and through, which is
Absolutely. I still
awesome.
got a little hint of everything.
Yeah, mostly.
Hmm. And Philip, your songwriting, I was listening to your EP Elephant a little bit before we came on today, and you guys are on Spotify. You have an EP called Elephant as well as one single called Bon Voyage. And you, in 3 songs on Elephant, go from, I want to say, like a soulful songwriting to, by the third song on Elephant, a very almost punk rock approach to the song. So I'm curious, what were some of your musical influences growing up and then also as a songwriter?
Um, well, yeah, I've kind of moved through a lot of phases, I guess, in what I listen to. I kind of got into music like later than most people do, I guess. I really started like getting into, music as an artistic thing, probably when I was like, I don't know, like 14 or something. I think it was around grade 9 first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I had 5 songs on my iPod, and two of them, there was one was Smash Mouth All Star. Uh, there was what was Eminem's big song back then? It was "Shake That" by Eminem. I think was on there too. And there was like three
Oh,
more that
wow.
were just, and that's all I had, right? And then a music teacher sat me down one day and like he was like, "Okay, today we're just gonna listen to like, Tool and Radiohead and stuff." And I was like,
Mm.
"Oh my God, like music can be like this?" I had no idea.
Yeah.
So that kind of started this whole whirlpool of just finding as much as I could. I don't know, I've gone through a
Mm.
lot, pretty much stuck to, the heavier sort of rock genres, I guess. A lot of Brit rock, a lot of punk rock, a lot of like grungy kind of rock, you know.
Mm. Yeah, and I think we've said this in a couple of the intro videos, is when I did the deep cuts videos, I compared you guys to bands like The Killers, Jimmy World, Dandy Warhols. Do you guys, as musicians, do you feel like that's a fair comparison, or would you say you're in a completely different wing of the alt rock house?
I don't know, it's always hard. Like people ask us all the time, like, what we are,
And
I guess.
it's a struggle to,
It's always a struggle to kind of to kind of describe ourselves. Like not because we're so original that we defy, explanation, but I don't know because people are always comparing us to other bands too when they see us live and stuff, right? Like we've gotten, Billy Talent, Cage the Elephant, Queens of the Stone Age, Muse, like it's always different bands.
Mhm.
So, and I think it's because they're all kind of in that same alternative wheelhouse. Like even the bands you mentioned, like the Killers and Jimmy Eat World and the Dandies, they all have their own unique sort of sound, their own like world. You know what I mean? And I think that's
Mhm.
what makes them special and makes them memorable. So I hope that that's why we're like them.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't think it's too far off. Those bands have all been pretty big influences, especially on me, like the
Mhm.
Dandy Warhols and the Killers, especially. They've been pretty massive guides in terms of how I see rock and pop music. So it's a happy comparison for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed the comparisons.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean they're warranted. That is
Yeah.
a very good debut EP, you know. Um, I
Oh,
was,
no, thank you.
oh yeah, I was wondering though because when we spoke before, Philip and I, you said you're like a big Muse fan, and then when we were gonna do this video, you said you guys are talking about having some tour dates. So I had the idea. I want to ask both of you guys separately if you guys were to play one major concert or one major arena in the world, bucket list type of stuff, where would you play? And if you had to, second question, if you had to share the bill with one other artist, only one other artist, who would
Mm.
you guys share the bill with?
Ooh, it's a tough
Ooh,
question.
if Chester was still alive, I'd say Linkin Park for sure.
You go Linkin Park?
I would, no, not that we're in the same type of music, but I would definitely like to
Yeah,
share the stage with Linkin Park.
that's fun, man. This is all fantasy. Where though? Where do you want to go?
That is the question.
Yeah.
Miami.
Just anywhere in
Just
Miami?
anywhere in Miami.
Some
That,
shitty dive
I
bar
mean,
in
that would be
Miami
fun.
is fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't even care. Miami.
yeah.
Let's go play Miami Ultra. Let's go hijack the EDM scene,
Oh, yeah,
crash the
yeah,
stage, and
Mhm.
yeah. I think Ultra Fest Miami is a really good fit. That makes a lot of
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
but no, Linkin Park's my answer for that. Around the world, not very sure. Never really gave that
Mhm.
one a big thought.
No.
Mhm.
I think Glastonbury would be an amazing dream goal. Of course, the
Mhm.
Glastonbury Festival in the UK.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think are they having a festival this year? I can't even remember. I
Not
think
really.
they might have canceled it this year. I can't remember.
Oh, really?
But either way,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Glastonbury Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. That Glastonbury one, that one's not too far off. That's not like the ultra fantasy. Like that could like possibly happen. But
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
are
Who
yeah?
knows? Who knows? Maybe.
Hey, anything's possible, and you guys are definitely good enough. What kind of places have you toured around? Just like your local Edmonton, Alberta area. I'm over here in LA. So what's the music scene like in Edmonton and Alberta, and where you guys are from?
Well, the scene is surprisingly big and diverse here, which our city, like you probably don't know, but our city has just over 1 million people here.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as cities go, it's not, it's no LA or anything like that, right? Um,
Yeah.
but beyond that though, not like there's a lot of very unique, uh, a lot of weird bands here, which is nice. We love
Mm-hmm.
seeing weird bands. Um, yeah, and it's always evolving too. Like we're always getting new venues and new venues are dying out. I don't know how it
Mm-hmm.
is other places, but it happens here quite
Yeah.
often. So things are always changing pretty fast, which I don't know if that helps or hinders us in
Eh,
any way, but
makes us work harder.
it makes
Yeah.
us work hard. And we're always meeting new people as a result too, which that's been, the greatest factor in helping us do anything in regards to music is just meeting as many people as possible. So,
You can just tell the people from Edmonton, the people we meet are so into it. Like they're just there to help. and it's because they're passionate about it. So it's a really kind atmosphere
Yeah.
along the lines of everyone we've met so far. Like we've made really good friends with a band we first played a show with a couple of years ago. Live with one of them actually now, and
Yeah.
we just met a band called FKB this last year.
Yeah.
Last year, really good guys. Like they come out and support us, we support them. Like it's just a all around collective good atmosphere around down here, at least from what I've
Hmm.
seen.
Yeah, everyone's really supportive.
Mm.
Hmm.
And looking you guys up and seeing a lot of stuff, I see the letters YEG showing up all the time. What does YEG mean?
That's our airport code. Is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's
Airport code?
called. It was like, yeah, I don't even know what
Yeah.
Cali is.
Yeah,
Oh, we have like
it's the airport.
LAX.
Like LAX, right? Like LAX.
LAX. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like our
okay.
version of that, but not as cool, obviously.
Yeah, your version of that. Okay,
Okay.
well that explains it.
Yeah.
Because and you should know this, Brady. There's a rapper called YG. So I was like, who's this? Is this YG like the biggest rapper in Edmonton? Like everybody reps him? I don't
No,
know.
no, no.
Sadly, no, not that cool.
He's like the Biggie or the Tupac of Edmonton. But
Yeah. One day I thought I would be.
yeah, right. So you guys are branching out a little bit though. When we talked earlier, you said that you have some tour dates coming up for this year. So where are you guys going to be?
Yeah, we're still kind of finalizing a lot of these dates and kind of like,
Mhm.
tying everything together with that. So we can't exactly say where specifically we're going to be, but
Mhm.
it's going to be just before summer, and we're going to be heading out east, which for us means we'll be going probably as far as Montreal.
Hoping to get out to Montreal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
that's as far as we're
Oh.
going. So it's a long ways for us, I think the
Yeah.
farthest we've ever toured
It's Thunder Bay.
is to Thunder Bay, which you won't know where that is, but
No, Ontario, Toronto.
yeah, we've gone from Alberta
Mhm.
to Ontario, so it was quite a drive for us. But
Mhm.
this time we're gonna try to go even further. Go to Toronto, where we've never played before, so that's pretty
Mhm.
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Toronto, home of Drake, right?
Yeah.
Bless you, Drake.
Yeah, Drake, right? Drake and Degrassi from
Mm.
back in the day. Um,
Oh,
what
classic,
are some?
classic.
Yeah, you like the Degrassi?
Yeah.
What are some artists that are like because we're talking about like Drake and Canadian artists, and you've name dropped a couple. What are some artists that are huge in Canada, like massive successes in Canada, but that just never crossed over to the States, and people have never even heard of?
Well, I think Sam Roberts,
Yeah.
the Sam Roberts band, he's just massive here, like super prolific. He's been doing it for like, I don't even know how long, probably over 10 years. But I mean, he plays here and he headlines massive festivals. Like he sells out his tours pretty much every date. And like he's had so many hits on the radio, it's ridiculous. But I don't even think he's branched out anywhere in the States,
No.
which is nuts. So Sam Roberts band, check him out. He's pretty awesome.
I will, yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Another one I think. Have you ever heard of a band called Mother Mother?
No, what kind of music do they play?
Are you serious?
Yeah, see that.
What?
No, they're not big in the States.
No,
man.
I thought
They're-
they must have been out to the States.
Yeah, no, they've been a very big influence
Yeah.
on us
Yeah.
personally,
Mhm.
right? They've been a really big inspiration, but they're a band too where it's like they're pretty massive here.
They're huge.
Mm.
But yeah, you see them. I saw videos of them playing in the States, and they play like the same kind of crappy dive
We
bars
do.
we'd be playing,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable. So yeah.
No, definitely give them a listen too.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
Mother.
Hmm. Yeah, good shit.
Okay, yeah.
They're from the States, are they not?
No, they're UK.
Oh.
Oh, they're from
Sorry.
the UK.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But I have seen videos of you guys playing live, and you guys put out a lot of energy. You guys could probably power the bars that you play at. But I'm going to ask you a little different question. When you're going out there and playing live and putting out all this energy, what is a mishap or some sort of stage-related accident that's happened in one of your live performances that is a result of all that energy that you're putting out?
Okay, do you want the top 5 or the top 10?
Give me a David Letterman top 10. Just bang them out.
Oh man. Okay, what
Well,
about you?
stepping my cord out of my pedals,
Yeah,
or
that's a big
straying
one.
too far from my cord length.
Yeah, just unplugging ourselves happens all the time.
Yeah.
Broken strings.
Oh,
Nelson,
Jesus.
who's over there somewhere.
Mhm.
Broken strings.
Losing your footing,
Yeah, knocking mics over.
hitting your head on the speakers because they're so low, thinking you can
Yeah,
get up on the ledge when you
I don't know.
can't.
We've had a lot of
Mm.
mishaps, right? We kind of like just started. We just started. We got some songs, and probably before we were even ready to get out on stage, we just started getting shows. So a lot of us
Mm.
learning how to be a band was on stage, which
Yeah,
we've had a lot of mishaps that way, but we learned a lot by
yeah.
doing that,
Yeah.
you know.
Learn to think before you move.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you
Yeah, no,
guys
it's been
are
a lot of
learning by
fun.
doing.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
mm,
Yeah.
exactly. That's how we like to see it, anyways.
yeah, we've come a long way in the last, I think we've only been playing shows just over 2 years.
Yeah, something like that,
Mm.
Mm,
like a 2 years or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've heard stories about the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and those guys just, crafting their stage presence by playing these bars in Germany. So if you guys are looking for some company, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Desperado Pilots, you're right there. So
Oh, thank
You
you.
could put us
yeah.
below the Beatles, man.
Yeah.
Well, when you invent popular music as we know it, you guys get to be number one, right? You're the default number one.
Mm.
No, that's ABBA. That belongs to ABBA,
ABBA.
that crown. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Big disco fan. But
Oh yeah.
you guys, you mentioned playing all these different shows, and I would be remiss if I didn't talk about New Label and how they helped you guys film the Bon Voyage music videos, and they did their first interview with you guys, and you also played a couple of pretty big shows for them. So, how's your relationship with the New Label? How have those guys helped you out in your career so far?
Yeah, new label, man. They're kind of an enigma amongst the music promoter scene, I guess, because I think Ajiro, who runs new label, he's kind of the mastermind behind the whole thing. I think he just randomly messaged us one day. I was just like, hey,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like your guys' stuff. Like, what are you doing? And we just kind of started talking from there. And he just started pitching all these things to us, like, hey, like we should do a video for Bon Voyage. Like, you guys want to play this showcase? And he just started like throwing all these things at us, like pretty much just because he wanted
To
to have a
support.
rock band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he's done a lot of good things for us. For
It's a good support.
absolutely, yeah. Like that video was pretty fun, and like we just got that. He just did that for us. That was pretty awesome.
Hmm.
And then he got us one of the best shows we've ever had, which was
Yeah.
at a venue that we always wanted to play in the city.
Which is now shut down.
It's now shut down, but it once was the premier sort of venue in our city.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And he got us into that, and it was a packed house. It was easily one of the best shows we've ever had. So
In Edmonton, for sure.
well, yeah,
Hmm.
in Edmonton, definitely, yeah.
Hmm. Well, what show was it? You guys speak very highly about it. I'd love to hear about it. Where'd you guys play?
It was a band showcase, I believe.
Yeah, it was like a
Hmm.
showcase type deal. So there was a lot of genres like sort of mixed in together, which helped with having a lot of
Crowd.
people out
Yeah.
there. Um,
They had
Hmm.
dancers and other sorts of entertainments between and before the bands and stuff like that.
yeah, there was a host and everything. It was
Oh, wow.
pretty high class affair, I guess you could say.
Yeah. But there was a plot
Hmm.
twist in that evening.
Yeah, it actually turned
Oh.
out a big festival here in Edmonton called the Folk Music Festival. Um, which that night just it so happened that it got rained out. So the headliner who was supposed to play was Shaky Graves. I don't know if you know Shaky Graves.
Mhm.
No?
It's from Texas, I believe.
Yeah. He's pretty
Oh,
huge
okay.
in the States too, yeah, Shaky Graves. But yeah, they got washed out. So they actually just came by where we were playing, like while we were on stage, and they were like, "Hey, we'll do a set here." So we walked off stage and like, well, while we were on stage, we noticed there was just this sea of people, and we're like, what's going on? Like, why, what happened in the last like 10 minutes, you
I
know?
think we found out right before we went on stage. Just be like, okay, these guys aren't playing. You guys play, and then Shaky Graves is on.
Yeah, and I was just like, what?
And I'm
What did
sitting,
you say?
I don't know who Shaky Graves is, so I'm like, okay. And Phil's like in the back losing his mind, like,
Yeah,
oh my
just
God, we're opening for
oh
Shaky
gosh, yeah,
Graves.
they're in the back. Like it was hilarious. But yeah, we got to like meet the band and like they saw our set and walked off stage and like, shook their hand and everything. It was just an awesome experience,
Yeah, total fluke, and it was
Mhm.
praised, and we do have a Zero to thank for that. So
Yeah, so
the
yeah,
new label did that for us unexpectedly, but we wouldn't have been there without them.
absolutely. Yeah, that was a good night. That was a
Yeah.
good night.
Well, it sounds like a good night, and that's fantastic. You guys said, because I mentioned Spotify, you have Bon Voyage and Elephant, but you guys are also putting out some new material. How much new material are you guys going to be putting out, and when can people expect to hear it?
Well, we're kind of figuring out how to get to our producer right now. But we're rushing, man. We've written so many new songs. And we've got a new show put together now for when we go back out, start doing live shows again. And like this new show is almost entirely new material that we've never played live before or anywhere, right? So we've just got so much new material that we're just dying to actually get back out there and record. And we've got a song all ready to go, and I think we're hoping.
I would say in the next, I'm gonna say in the next I would say in the next 3 months that we'll have a single out.
Yeah, hopefully
Um,
before then, but
hopefully, but yeah.
we'll have to see how things go. But yeah, our plan kind of this year, we want to have at least 5 singles out, and then maybe collect them all on an EP before we start thinking about our first full length. So
Mm.
it's gonna be exciting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That
expect
is
new things
exciting.
soon. And
Hmm.
if anyone comes out watch the shows, you'll see the same energy, but you got a whole new vibe and a whole new look.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
gonna be Desperados 2.0.
Oh, Desperados 2.0. New and improved
We're
and a
not
more
calling it that.
fuel-efficient plane.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sky active
We're
technology,
we're we're
Oh,
environmentally friendly now.
apparently.
Yeah.
yeah. When you guys are touring, do you guys have a van? Do you have a bus? Does everyone take their cars and then you meet at Jack in the Box? Like, how do you guys traverse the Canadian wilderness, I assume?
No,
Well,
no, we have a van. We've got paved roads, you know.
Hmm.
we usually rent. We are looking into getting our own van, so we don't have to
Yeah.
rent anymore. Our last tour kind of the expenses were a little unexpected,
Yeah.
but
Rentals, man.
with the van, instead of hoteling it, we since it was summertime, we brought a tent with us and just found campsites along the way and
Yeah.
pitched the tent every night and had a fire and enjoyed each other's company
Yeah.
and got up in the morning and hit the road again
We camped
Huh?
every fucking
every
spot
night,
there.
every night.
Oh, that was good.
It was a
Yeah.
good time. It was fun and it was nice weather and we got to see different parts of Canada that I
Yeah, it was
personally
nice.
haven't seen yet. So,
Hmm. Yeah, it was good times.
mm.
We're not gonna do that again, though. We're not gonna camp again on tour.
You're like, nostalgia be damned. I want a bed to sleep in.
Yeah, I want to fucking bet this time, man. Come on.
Yeah, we had it pretty good. That tent played as a bed in the van while we were driving, so that was a bonus.
It's true. It's true. We got very
Hmm.
creative with our
So,
accommodations.
Yeah, those are always the best stories, are the stories about bands before they can go to like the best Western Inns and the Ritz-Carltons. Like, well, what did you guys really have to do to make it big, you know?
mhm.
Mm. We
Pay,
squatted.
pay your dues.
We
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we let you guys go, is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to, or any last minute announcements that you want to make to anybody watching this live stream now or watching it at a later date?
Hmm. Well, keep following us because we're going to have so much new stuff coming your way. It's going to be unbelievable. All new stuff, merch, music, shows, tours, festivals, all of it. It's all coming up. But also a shout out to our brothers and friends
Hmm.
in a band called Arcavello, who we kind of share the same house with. We are both of our bands are based out of the same house. But those guys just released or they recorded their new
Yeah.
EP.
Should be out soon.
Yeah, the new EP called Open Heart. That's gonna be out on February 23rd. Yeah, I think it was that. And we've heard it. It's unreal, man.
Yeah.
It's just some of the most unique pop music, if you can even call it pop.
I don't know, John's his own mastermind when it comes
Yeah.
to his lyrics and the way he sings, man.
But yeah, that's Arcavello. Arkavello. Arcavello.
Mhm.
So look that up.
Alright.
And then
I will.
who else?
No, I would like to shout out to FKB. I just appreciate their support, and I hope to see them soon. I haven't seen them in a while. They just released the video "My Bedroom" not too long ago. So, I guess it's their single now. Yeah,
Mm.
so they just released that. Give them a listen, and promise you won't be disappointed.
Mm.
All right.
How about you? Do you want to shout
Well,
out to anyone?
me personally, I want to thank my mom for letting me film in her house. I want to
Thank
thank
you,
you guys.
Thank you, G.
Thank you, baby Jesus. Jesus isn't a baby; he's just beard.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I like the picture of Jesus with angel wings coming out his back.
I'd like to
Yeah,
make a
right?
picture of Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go like the full. I love the full Ricky Bobby theme where he's like, "I want to thank baby Jesus in his cradle watching his baby Einstein developmental DVDs."
Nailed it.
Ricky
Oh,
Bobby.
yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go and start to rock out on your weekend. And then I'll say a little outro, but I want to thank Brady and Phil from the Desperado Pilots for taking time out of their day for joining me and doing this awesome interview. So thank you guys so much and keep on rocking. I can't wait to hear your new materials.
Thanks for having us,
Thanks for
Damian.
having us.
All right. Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
See you, man.
Let's see. Wow. So those were the Desperado Pilots. Again, thank you to Philip and Brady. And thank you to New Label for helping to put this together. If you are a company or an artist looking for a high quality multimedia or sound production in Canada, then definitely hit up New Label to elevate your brand. And this was the third try for our live feed. I had a script and everything, but I don't now. I know that New Label and Style By are having a show tomorrow at the Urban Tavern in Edmonton from 7 to 10, which is going to have a live performance of some Canadian artists like Leah Cole, Conch, some other ones. Remember, I had a script, but I don't now. So you have to go over to New Label's Facebook page, and you have to go over to Style Buy's Facebook page to see that. But if you are in Edmonton, Canada, there's some big happenings going on tomorrow night at the Urban Tavern, 7 to 10. Style Buys and New Labels going to be throwing it down big. My name is Damian Rodriguez. I'd like to say thank you for joining me, and I hope you have an awesome night.